doing 45 minutes of live side split stretching starting right now. We do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, and hopefully with enough suffering together on the floor consistently, we're going to make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals. If you have been trying to get your lower body mobility up, some side splits, or anything functioning a little bit better in the hips, then you are in the right place. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Che, welcome back. Hello, hello. Guy there, I think, just popped in as well. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to Friday night, Friday evening. I anticipate being here in 12 hours for Saturday morning as well, so feel free to pop back in 12 hours. I'm gonna do the double duty on weekends. I'm gonna go 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. So if you're free, if you just woke up at that time, feel free to drop on in. All right, let's get started. We're doing hip cars. Hip cars are all about moving your leg through that maximum range of motion at the hip using your own muscle power. So we build a little bit of strength and we build mobility at the same time. Often those two things are tied together. From the front, it looks like this. We're lifting this knee as high as possible. We're opening that hip directly to the side. Keep that knee high. We're rotating the leg. So from the front, you're only seeing the knee. But if I rotate around, the leg over here is horizontal. Now, from here, I want you to try really hard to bring that knee pointed down towards the ground so you can lift the ankle up a little bit higher. And then bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull it right behind you. From the front, it looks like this. All right? From the back, or from the side, it looks like this. Try to keep this upper body relatively straight. If we go all the way forward and our leg comes up, it's basically the same. So that is one rep. We're gonna do 10 of these on the left side, 10 on the right side. Then we're gonna reverse it, do 10 on the left and 10 on the right. Whew. Let's go. I'm gonna do them from the front for you because I have not done any facing forward in a while. Let's do it. High knee, open, ankle, ankle up, down and back out. Just kicked the table. Whoops. Let's try that again. A little closer to the camera. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. Feel free to do these at your own pace. I promise I talk a lot, so you will have time to catch up if you are going a little bit slower. If you're going much faster, then I don't know, you can take a longer break. You can, just keep going. Do 15 on each side. Okay, I am pretty sure I have not counted at all, and we have definitely done 10, because I'm moving on to the other side. Whew. Other leg. Let's go. High knee. Open up that hip directly to the side. Keep the knee high. Rotate the leg so that it is horizontal. And it's going to look like that from the side. Try your best to bring the ankle up a little bit higher. And then bring the leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, pull this leg back behind you. And that is one rep. We're going to do 10. I'm going to do maybe 5 facing you and 5 sideways. So you got a little bit of a different perspective. Cool? High knee. Open up that hip. Rotate the leg. Lift the ankle. Bring the leg down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. I think that's 3, 4, 5. All right, let's do them sideways. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. High knee, open up, ankle up, down and back. If there's any position you cannot get into, you're trying to figure it out, it's okay. Take your time, do your best. I did not add in this extra ankle rotation until a couple of weeks ago. And before that, we were just going to horizontal and then coming down. If you want to keep doing that, that's absolutely a-okay. That is at least 5 on that leg. So ready to go backwards. Let's do it. It's the same positions when we go backwards. We're gonna start by bringing this leg back, flexing the hamstrings, flexing the glutes. Then we're gonna lift this leg directly to the side. Look like a martial artist. Go whoosh, kick, but not actually. From here, we're gonna bring our ankle up, then bring the ankle all the way down, and then bring the knee forward. All right, that is 1 rep. We're gonna do 10, and I definitely recommend you hold on to something for a little bit of help with the balance. So you can really focus on lifting the leg. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 5. We're halfway there for this leg at least. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Whew. We got one last leg. We're 75% of the way done with hip cars. We're almost there. Take a break, shake out your legs, have a sip of water, and let's go. Back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, lift the right leg to the side, rotate that leg up, bring the knee down, point it down, and then bring the ankle all the way down, lift the knee way high, finish by bringing that knee to the front. 1 rep. We got 10 more. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee, back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 2. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 3. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 4. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. 10 reps on every side, going forward, going backwards. Those are our hip cars, and I'm gonna come back over the chat, check up on how things are going. Then we're gonna keep on moving into some elephant walks. Warm-up exercise number 2. If you are just joining in, we're doing 45 minutes of live side split stretching. And we do this every day to practice consistency, to build a little community, because I'm here trying to bring good vibes. You're here hopefully engaging in the chat, bring equally good vibes to keep everybody feeling supported and welcome and, sharing that suffering of your hips and your muscles together. Hopefully, the goal is if you keep on practicing consistency here with me, or, anywhere really, with a community, keeping you happier while you suffer on the floor, then we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals. That's the ultimate thing that we want, right? Side splits? Kind of, not really. Hip mobility, maybe. I'm just kidding. The goal is to practice consistency, no matter what. No matter where you take this, I hope you take 2 principles. 1, make it fun, make it feel good, and you can do a whole bunch more than you ever would have imagined. So we're applying those principles to doing some side splits, and I'm going to scroll through the chat to look at if there are any questions, any comments, anything to address, and then I will move on and we'll do more stretchy stuff. I started this at 50. It's so helpful for my mobility. Lovely. Welcome. I'm glad you are working on your mobility. It is incredibly important as you age to remember that your body is capable of so much, and to go own that stuff. Own fun positions. Maybe as you're approaching 50, you want to get lower to the ground and hang out with more babies, more children. Perfect time, perfect reason to start working on that mobility. Okay. Finissimo Nino says that was a good stretch. It felt good for my back. Lovely. Wow, okay, wasn't expecting that. Cool, because we have a little bit more back stuff coming right up. We're gonna move on into the elephant walk. Let's go. Looks a little bit like this. We are bringing the belly button down towards the ground. All of this is coming from the hips folding forward. And if you want to imagine something different from hips folding forward, because that sounds crazy, we're going to talk about the belly button. The belly button is down here. We're going to try and bring it down to the ground. All right? Try to keep the low back relatively straight. If it's not like this and sunken in, then that's pretty much relatively straight. From here, or basically just hang out for a little bit. Really try to bring your belly button down as deep as it can go. Every couple of seconds, try a little bit more, see if you can get a little bit deeper. Your hamstrings are gonna tighten up. They're gonna be super uncomfortable, and then they're gonna relax a little bit, and then they're gonna be uncomfortable, and they're gonna relax a little bit. That is all part of the process. This is the warm-up. We're not doing anything super crazy intense just yet, but we are going to be adding in some knee movement right now. We're gonna bend one knee, straighten out the other leg. We're gonna bend the other knee, straighten out the other leg. We're gonna keep doing that for a little bit. I want you to, again, focus on bringing that belly button down to the ground. Remember to breathe. We're not holding our breath. This is supposed to be chill. I want you to feel those hamstring muscles in the back of your legs. Feel whatever is going on in there. Kind of shift in place. Maybe you'll feel like it's a little sticky. It's a little grindy, like a little... While the soft tissue kind of adjusts and shifts in place, and that is all totally normal. We are trying to get those things loosened up, trying to get them to move a little bit better. And you might not know this, but there is a crap ton of different things going on inside your leg underneath the skin, and sometimes you need a little love to straighten out, to realign, to adjust, to tweak. That's what massages are, right? To adjust, to tweak. Okay, we've hung out here for a little bit. I hope your hamstrings are feeling a little more smoother in this position. Maybe you feel like you're able to fold down a little bit deeper now and still able to move. I'm trying to fill this time with conversation so that it takes your mind off of the fact that you're upside down. Whew, and we can continue. Let's go on and get into that back thing that I said we were gonna do a couple of minutes ago. We are getting to that same position. We're bending one knee, straightening out the other. We are reaching our hand across to the straightened leg, pushing against the outside to rotate the chest, extending the arm up behind us, rotating the neck, rotating the head to look at those fingers extending behind us, and come back down. This is called thoracic rotation. We're gonna do the other side. Left leg straight, right arm to left leg, chest rotates to the left, left arm rotates back, head is rotating to look at the hand, and this is called thoracic rotation, which is just fancy for we're rotating the top third of our back. And we're gonna keep doing this for 5 more reps. That was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I hope you felt a little bit of a stretch in your back, maybe in those shoulders as you're reaching back, maybe a little bit of movement for the neck. Maybe you don't spend that much time looking from side to side. Those are all really good movements that your body should naturally be capable of doing, and we definitely don't spend much time training. So I hope a couple of reps there helps you feel a little bit better and maybe motivates you to take care of those joints somewhere else, because we're not doing any more of that stuff. We're moving on to Cossack switches. The third warm-up exercise is the Cossack switch. We are opening up our legs. It doesn't have to be crazy wide, but decently wide stance. Pointing our toes relatively forward and slightly open, 30-ish degrees. And we're gonna try our best to drop down to one side. I want you to make sure, whenever you get into a squatted position for the Cossack switch, that your knees are trying to travel in the direction of your toes. If your toes are pointing that way, your knees are also going that way. I don't want your knees to buckle like this or go out like that, because chances are you're not very well trained for that position, and it's going to be very uncomfortable and painful if you're staying there for a long time. All right? Next, we're finally dropping down. The goal here is to feel that Achilles tendon stretch, feel the stretch in your calves, bring a little bit of pressure into the front of the ankle, feel the pressure building in the hip, feel that quad muscle firing to keep you stable, and try your best to sink into this stretch. Let gravity put in some work. Once you find out here for a second, I want you to find a comfortable position where your hamstrings are sitting on your calves so that you can find an almost restful position. If your heels come up, that is a-okay. Squish down. We're working on compacting the body, and we're gonna give it some time to chill in this position. And we're gonna talk about this leg while we wait. On this side, our knees are pointing up, our toes are pointing up, our heels are down. This is called external leg rotation, and we need it for the side split, which, if I haven't reminded you enough, is the reason why we are here. We are working on some intense hip mobility leading to some side splits. This leg, or both legs, need to rotate so that the leg bone, the thigh bone, does not smash one of its nubby parts into the hips, into the pelvis. And basically, this leg is in perfect position for a side split. And that's why we practice it, we talk about it, we warm up with it. Cool? All right, we're gonna move over to the other side so we can do the squishy over here on that side. Let's walk our hands across, bring the body weight over, come on over to this side. Feel that Achilles tendon stretch, feel the calf stretch, feel the pressure in the ankle, pressure in the hips, muscles firing in the quads, helping you to stay balanced. And come on down, let's sit in the squished position. Try to bring your heels down, but if they are coming up, that is a-okay. Again, this side, knees up, toes up, heels are down. Whew. I'm gonna hang out here for a second. I'm gonna talk about the actual exercise, the Cossack switches, and then we will start. The Cossack switches are all about doing that thing we just did. We're trying to get our butts from one side to the next. If it is too hard for you to do that without hands, do it with hands. Put your hands in front of you, give yourself a lot of balance and weight relief by leaning pretty far forward, and come over to the other side, hang out here for a second, come over to the other side, hang out here for a second. As you get stronger, as you get more mobile, as your ankles and your hips get more comfortable in this position, try your best to remove some hands and go to the other side. We're gonna pop that toe and knee up again and hang out as well. If your knees are starting to ache, they're a little bit uncomfortable, you can't handle this kind of load just yet, but you have strong quads, you do some good squats, you can try coming up, coming across, then settling down into that position, or coming to a full squat and settling down into that position. You can experiment and figure out what feels good for you, as long as you spend a little bit of time in each rep at the bottom in this squished down extended position. We are good. This is all about building strength. You can start now, by the way. We're doing 10 reps from side to side. Here's 1 and 2. I'm gonna combine some squatty things. 3, 4, I think this is 5, 6, 7. Remember, you can always put your hands down. Give yourself as much support as you need. 8, 9, last one, 10. Whew. That is hip cars. My hips are, sorry, that is hip cars. That is Cossack switches. It hurts your hips and it builds a lot of strength. So what's really important about the Cossack switches is they force you into a bunch of positions that look very similar to the side split, 2 very deep ranges of motion, forces you to compact here and squish down and have the mobility to bring your knee forward, to squish at the ankles, to fold at the hips, and you build a little bit of strength the whole entire time. So it is an excellent, excellent exercise, and you should do a lot of it when you can. We're gonna move on because we're done with the warm-up. My mouth is super dry, so I'm gonna grab a sip of water. I'm gonna come over to the chat, take a look at how things are going, and we're gonna move on into some hamstring stretches. For the hamstring stretch, we're gonna drop onto one knee, and we're gonna fold forward like so. So grab a little bit of padding, grab something to protect that knee. It could be a yoga block if you have something handy. It could be a couch cushion, it could be a flip-flop that you don't care about. And go ahead, grab that. Plus drink some water. Nana Noor says, Lord have mercy. But G9 said, that felt great. Whew, okay, good. I hope you enjoyed that hard, stretchy, painful, power building work. Okay. Oh man, I talk too much. There's some serious hydration in my mouth and these. G9 says, I crawl around with my cat. Yes, that is what I was going to say. You maybe have animals that you can afford as an adult now on your own. And you get to play with those on the floor too, right? I don't know about you guys, but I love to be like, oh, this is really weird, pretending that I have an animal in front of me. That's my animal. You know, you're like, oh my God. You're petting it. And then the cat or the dog inevitably is just like, okay, give me my pets. And then you're just on the ground going, ha ha ha, ha, this is so adorable. Oh my God, you're so cute. And, you know, primarily this is me as a visiting non-pet owner, right? This is just coming into somebody's house and obsessing over their animal. But you spend a lot of time on the ground, right? That was the whole point of this, not to get too excited about pets. Where are we going with this? I don't know. So we're gonna move on. Okay. I hope you grab something for your knees, a little bit of cushioning, because we are going to move on into the hamstring stretch. The hamstring stretch looks a little bit like this. If you have something to pad your knees, great. Don't really need it, but it definitely helps. We're gonna drop one knee on top of it. We're gonna extend that leg directly in front. We're gonna fold at the hips and bring the belly button down towards the ground. And this is our starting position for the hamstring stretch. On YouTube, whew, some guy, his name is Some Guy, says, honestly, this is just great ASMR. Lovely. Thank you for listening to my voice and enjoying it. I will try to be deep and relaxing, full of bass. All right. Got distracted. Okay, where are we at? I'm spinning around and clearly very easily distracted this afternoon. We are in this position. I want you to try to pull this leg in towards your hips. Fold your belly button down. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale and try to fold a little bit deeper as you exhale. Oh man, your hamstrings, your glutes, things are tightening up. They are unhappy with you, and that is a-okay. We are doing the stretch for that exact reason. Take a couple of normal breaths. Try to relax for a second. And then we're gonna do one more inhale, exhale. Ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. This is all about the belly button. We're trying to bring the belly button down to the ground, or at least touch that belly button to your thigh-ish. Let's go. We're holding this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. If your knees are a little bit achy or a little bit tender, and I'm talking about the one that's getting stretched, you can give it a slight bend to take some pressure off. If you do, that reduces the hamstring stretch, so you have to fold even further. Try to bring that chest down to the leg and then slowly extend it back to that straightened position afterwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up out of that hamstring stretch. breathe, chill for a second, and then we're gonna spin around and continue with a little bit more on the other side. I just did my right leg. We're gonna switch over to my left. If you started the same leg, great. If you didn't, do the opposite. All right, remember we're pulling this leg into the hip socket and then folding down. From here, we're going to do that big inhale, exhale, and fold, inhale, exhale, fold. Okay, take some normal breaths. Your hamstrings, your glutes are tightening, they're going crazy. Breathe, relax, everything is a-okay. This is intentional. I am not suffering because something disastrous has happened. I just want to stretch. Please relax, buddy. Okay, one more inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, fold. And once you are as deep as you can get for the moment, let's go. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Come on up out of that stretch. If you have been doing it for a little bit, you might have noticed that the heel in the leg extending out in front of you is feeling a little bit tender. There's a lot of pressure on that heel. In the future, you can feel free to grab another flip-flop, another shoe, another cushion to pad that heel a little bit. The only thing I want to tell you about that is try not to have it have too much cushion, too much stuff, because when you start piling on a whole bunch of aids, you might lose some friction and they might start slipping around, and I don't want your leg to just be freely floating on a cushion as you adjust every single little adjustment. Cool? Let's enjoy the fact that we finished our first stretch. We're gonna move on into stretch number 2. It is called the butterfly stretch, and we are sitting our butts down on the floor, bringing our feet together and getting into this position. For most of you, you might have noticed that you want to fall back a little bit. This happens all the time if you have a little bit less flexibility, basically a normal person. So I recommend you do this against something very sturdy. In this case, I have a table leg, but I often recommend a wall. In fact, I will go right in front of the wall as we continue. From here, I want your hips, your shoulder, your head to touch that wall. I want you to pull your feet in, get back into position, and you might notice that you're in a much straighter position. You can open up your hips a little bit wider, and those are all good reasons to enjoy having a wall behind you. Next, we want to strengthen our muscles. The goal of this stretch is to bring our knees to the ground. That opens up the groin muscles here in the center of the legs. To bring your legs to the ground, I want you to use these outer thigh muscles, your glutes, to pull your legs open and contract those muscles. If you don't know how to use those, if you're not quite sure how it goes, that's a-okay. Just look at your knees, contract some muscles, and see if your knees are getting closer to the ground. If muscles start firing in here on this side of your legs, you want to try your best to relax them a little bit if you can. They might be tightening because you're stretching them out, but they might be tightening because you are firing those muscles. It's a trial and error process as you figure out and refine your muscles' ability to contract. And for some of you, maybe this is the first time you're going, wait, what? I don't know how to contract my leg muscles. This is crazy. What are you talking about? I don't know how to use my own legs. That is totally freaking normal, all right? There's so many muscles in your body you don't know how to use, or consciously like go, oh, okay, this one, let's flex it. That's why it's like super impressive when Terry Crews like makes his pecs bounce, and you can see like each of the up and okay, whatever. Open up those legs. I hope you've experimented. We're gonna take some pressure with the hands, push the legs down, and we're gonna breathe. That's it. That's all it is. When you're pushing your hands into the leg, you should feel pressure in your shoulders, in your head, they are pushing back into the wall, and those all combined together help you stay stable and apply force into the legs. Cool? You guys stay by a wall if possible. I need to get back to this table because I don't have enough room over there. Whew. When you're ready, let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax your arms first. Lift those legs using your arms. Get them out of that position because they have been flexing and pushing for so long that they're probably frozen and asleep. When you're ready, come back into a squatted and then a standing position because we're moving on into stretch number 3, the standing pancake. Standing pancake looks a little bit like this. We're opening up the legs. Doesn't have to be super wide right now. We're folding at the hips, and it looks like we're just trying to touch our toes. Cool? This is the starting position. From the side, it looks a little bit like this. We're trying to form this 90-degree angle for the most part, and we're bringing the belly button down to the ground. From here, we got options. When you are folded like this, you can extend your hands, gently rest them on the ground. You can also really widen out that stance. From here, you can take your hands away and try to have your body hold this balance here. Gravity is pulling your head, your chest, your upper body down towards the ground, and that is the exact folding that we want to do for the pancake. The pancake is all about bringing the belly button down and the head in between our legs. Whew, it's really hard. So the standing pancake is awesome because gravity is doing a whole bunch of work to help us out. So once you are in this position, you should be feeling the stretch and the muscles tensing in your legs. I want you to stick your butt back a little bit. I want you to extend your arms if you can. If you can't, you don't have to. And we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27. If you need to take a break, go ahead and chill for a little bit and then get back into it. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put your hands down. Oh, come on out of that position. If you did it right, you should be feeling a whole bunch of discomfort over here in the inside of the legs. Those are the adductors. Their job is to bring your legs in towards the center of your body. So when you do the opposite, you spread them out, they are going to be unhappy. But the other thing about the standing pancake is at the end of the day, we are hanging out in a position that looks like this. So our legs are working hard to keep them from slipping out. That actually helps us to build strength in the adductors while we struggle on the floor together. Whew. That was a standing pancake. That's the third of our 5 stretches. We have one regular stretch left, and then we have a whole bunch of side splits. If you are just joining in, we're doing 45 minutes of live side split stretching to practice consistency. We do this every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we do this every day to build consistency, obviously, but to keep on welcoming in the community, because hopefully I'm bringing good vibes out to you. You guys bring good vibes into the chat, interact with each other, have fun, make some friends, and together we can make a whole bunch of progress towards our side split goals, because it makes it a little bit more fun to come back and suffer on the floor together. Whew. That is enough of a break in between that standing pancake and the next thing. So let's move on into the next thing. Whew. We are doing some pigeon today. Pretty sure we did figure 4 yesterday. You got options. If you know what both of those are and you have a favorite, you can go ahead and do one or the other. Pretty sure we did the figure 4 yesterday, so we're gonna do pigeon today. If you've done some yoga, you probably know this position, but we're gonna recap it for everybody else. From this position on the ground, I want you to try to bring this leg across your body. And I want you to try to bring the middle of your chest to sort of the midpoint between your knee and your ankle. That is basically the stretch. We want to keep the hips low, and we want the folding to happen from the hips. Cool? Everything is happening at the hips. That is the basics. If you can do that, you've basically got enough of the stretch that we care about. We're ready to go. But if you have seen a different form of the pigeon and it looks something more like this, the leg is fully extended behind and we are folding like so, and you're wondering how to get into it because you can't get into it, the trick is to elevate that front leg. Lift that leg a little bit higher, and it gives you a little bit more space down here so that your hips don't have to have as much mobility in order for you to get into the pigeon stretch. Cool? That is a brief overview of the pigeon stretch. We're gonna just do it now, and I hope you're ready, because I'm jumping into it right now. Bring that leg across the body, push that ankle away from you, fold at the hips, bring your chest sort of to the midpoint between the ankle and the knee. Breathe, keep the hips low, extend that back leg if you can't, don't extend it if you can't or don't want to. And we're going 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that is one hip done. We're switching over to the other side. Let's go. Once again, we're keeping that body so that the leg is crossing over to the other side or perpendicular to the chest. And we're trying to bring our chest somewhere between the ankle and the knee. We're keeping the hips low and folding forward. 30, 29, 28, 27, breathe, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. If it suddenly starts feeling really easy, check that the ankle has not slid into your groin area. Keep it pushed far away. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, that is the pigeon stretch. We are done. Come on out of it. Oh, it is definitely one of those stretches where every time I get into it, I feel like, man, I should really spend more time doing it. And that is the full extent of the thought. And then I move on and I go on with the rest of my life. So don't feel bad if you think the same thing and never actually do any. It's time for some side splits. I hope you guys are feeling warmed up. I hope your blood has been pumping from the exercises in the beginning. And now that we've done some stretches, I hope you feel prepared for some harder stuff. We're doing the side splits. We're basically combining all of the stretches that we just did, all of the muscles that we pre-stretched just now. We're gonna combine all that together and do some side splits. But before we do that, I'm gonna drink some water, some coffee, and I'm gonna check the chat one last time before we get into it. Trey said, oh yeah, I found my TikTok. Lovely. Thanks for being here. Scrolling to the bottom. Let's see what has happened. Ben says, great exercises as always. Lovely. Thank you very much. G9 says, that felt lovely. Great. Galleta is back. Finissimo Nino says, exhausted already. And my ads are firing. That sounds like you're sending marketing messages out into the world. Your ads are firing. Nana Nor says, I had to take a break that almost took me out. Yes, I believe that was during the standing pancake. The standing pancake is very hard, and it takes a lot of muscle endurance to hold yourself up. And I meant to talk about these, but I completely forgot. I planned it in my head to bring these up, but I forgot. And it is called a seated pancake. I like to do the standing pancake because I'm mean and I like to strengthen our muscles whenever possible. So in every position, I try to get a little bit of strength building whenever possible. However, if that is a really hard position for you, there is a variation called a seated pancake. And if you sit on the floor, it's going to be really hard to get yourself into a good, strong position. But if you lean against a wall or get a really high stool or a table, for instance, right now I'm going to use the wall behind me as, a tripod for my butt. And if you fold it forward like so, you can still get into a pancake stretch, and you can use a lot less of these muscles so that you don't have to struggle as hard to hold this position, because the butt against the wall is helping to stabilize you and keep you from falling backwards. It will still take a little bit of muscle, but not nearly as much. So you can do an elevated seated pancake if you're really struggling with keeping your legs from collapsing underneath you. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're gonna get into some side splits. We're gonna start with a little bit of stretchy education so that you can take something away from this and have it with you forever. Stretching and a lot of the things that keep us from being able to stretch is about the brain. The brain is going, whoa, this is dangerous, I don't like this. So we're not gonna let you do that. And so a lot of our job as people who do stretches to try and lengthen our body is trying to convince the brain, hey, don't worry, chill, this is intentional, I'm trying to be here, help me out, relax, chill, so I can engage the muscles how I want to engage them. So please chill out. You're really negotiating with your brain. I don't know if there's actually that much conversation. It's more like just begging when you do it in real life. You're just sitting here going, hey, I'm in the splits again, please, just chill. But what this is all about is convincing the brain that it's safe, right? One of the ways to help make a little bit more progress is to be chill, to enjoy your time, to have fun. If you are super tense because you're racing against time, you're trying to get something done immediately, if you are not feeling safe, like you're gonna fall over and you're gonna hurt yourself all the time, those feelings will make you a little bit more tense, and it will not make you relaxed, and it will not help you get deeper into the split, because it will not help your brain realize that it is time for it to chill out and everything is okay, because your brain is going to subconsciously know you're all tense and stressed out about something. It's not going to know why you're stressed out and tense about something. It just knows you're stretching and you're tense. Does not like that. So try your best to be chill, to enjoy, to relax, and that's the basics. If you want, you can grab as many cushions as you'd like. You can make sure the whole entire room is baby-proofed to protect you from when you bust your butt and fall on the floor, or whatever other thing that you're scared of. And those will all help as you begin your stretching journey. Anyways, the main thing I want to get into is safety. Right here, I got a table. It's a little pointy, it's a little sharp. I have it behind me. It's about 8 to 12 inches, one step in front, so that if I start falling backwards, I can just casually lean back and be like, yeah, that was totally intentional. I look so cool. Just da-da-da-da. I recommend you do this with something a little bit more stable, a little less creaky, a wall, perhaps. If you stand 8 to 12 inches in front of that wall, you get into a side split. If you start falling forward, no big deal. If you start falling backwards, it could be really scary. Oh my gosh. But if the wall is right there behind you, as long as you don't hit your head, you're going to be good. You're going to be safe. You're not going to fall all the way to the ground and hurt your butt, your shoulder, your back will be fine. Okay. All that was to say, feel safe, feel secure, don't be tense, find things to help you feel safe. In this case, use a wall, stand about 8 to 12 inches in front of it, and if you fall backwards, things will be more or less safe. Tuck your head so you don't smash your head in first. Cool? Cool. Let's get into some side splits. Open up those legs decently wide. Breathe, chill. Relax. If you cannot get this wide, that is totally normal. You don't have to worry about getting as deep as possible. You just want to get into the maximum for you without pain at the hips. Once you are here, fold forward, point your belly button down towards the ground, put your hands down, and almost do something that looks a little bit like a push-up. What we want from this is to shift our body weight into our arms a little bit so that it's easier to rotate the legs. If you've been here since the warm-up, since the beginning, we are going into some external leg rotation, which means your toes are pointing up, your heels are down, your knees are pointing up. All right, and we're doing that on both legs. If you're in this position, you should be able to get a little bit deeper without pain. And we're gonna walk our hands back towards our hips to put that weight that we shifted forward right back into our legs. The intensity of the stretch is going to increase. And I want you to breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Maybe not that fast, just one time in those 4 words. Okay, do a little wiggle from side to side and see if you can break the friction holding your feet back. With that, you're as deep as you can get probably. So let's go, 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Try your best to almost relax into the stretch. I know it's uncomfortable. Take your mind off of it if you can. Listen to the ASMR of me counting, I guess. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward. Bring your legs in. Crawl if you have to. Come on out of that stretch. If you need to kneel, great. If you don't need to kneel, also great. Come back into standing when you can, and we're going to shake it out. What we just did was put a whole bunch of tension into our legs, into our hips, and they were fighting us getting into that side split position for the whole 30 seconds. I counted pretty slow, so it's probably a little longer than 30 seconds. What we want to do now is to shake out our bodies and relax the crap out of those legs. So what I want you to do looks a little bit like this. We're going to flick our hands and feet out in front of us, and we're going to pretend like we just washed our hands or came out of the pool and we need to get all the water off. I'm going to shake, flick, throw those arms out and help those muscles relax. What I want it to look like is like your body is made of jello. You are loose spaghetti, a little overcooked. Some ramen you forgot about that you heated water for and just became a soggy mess. That is what I want your body to look like when you shake it out. Shake, 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 flop, 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 wiggle, 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 wiggle. Help those muscles relax. And with that, we're probably just going to move on into the second side split. For the last couple of weeks, I have been doing a very thorough in between. We're rotating the hips. We're doing some joint checks to make sure everything is okay. Actually, I'm going to still do the joint checks so you know and have that as a tool. Then we're going to move right on into some more side splits. My joint checks are very simple. We do 2 hip circles. If everything feels good, we move on. We do high knees. If those feel good, we move on. We do a mini squat for our hips, for our knees, for our ankles, putting pressure into all of those joints. We come up onto the toes and do a little bit of a calf raise. If all of those muscles and all of those joints are working together well, you should know. And if they feel normal, then we're ready to move on. We're gonna move right on into side split number 2, and we're gonna go for it. Let's take one step in front of the wall or the table that you're gonna do the side splits in front of so that you have just enough protection from falling backwards. Open up those legs, fold forward, put your hands down like you're doing a little bit of a push-up. We are going to externally rotate those legs, which means your heels are down, your toes are up, and your knees are pointing up. On both sides, walk those hands back towards your hips to put the pressure that you just removed from your legs back into your legs, and do a little wiggle from side to side. We are ready for some 30 seconds of side splits. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. I think I might have counted a little bit fast. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Remember to breathe. Don't hold your breath. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward. Whew. Bring your legs in. Take a second to rest here in a kneeling position. And my regulars, please tell me in the chat if you feel like that was just as good a second split as usual, if maybe we don't need as much shaken out, relaxing in between the rounds, or if we can probably just cut out a joint check. I do all of those to make sure everybody is safe in between. If you were popping in for one split after the other, or popping in like in between splits to the live. But if you feel like it's not necessary, we're overdoing it, then we will take that out and adjust the show. I'm gonna come back to the chat actually, because I asked the question, so I should probably read the answer. Finissimono says, that was good. Dang, I feel amazing. What did you get for Christmas? And I hear you. My left is the same. Okay, my right hip is so stubborn. Yes, mine too. I also agree. That was good. Gayeta says, we can do joint checks at the end of? Yes, absolutely, Gayeta. That's what I was thinking. My brother saw the live for the first time, so he was just giving me some feedback. He was like, we do a lot of stuff in between each of the side splits. And I was like, that's a good point. So I'm going to tweak and figure out if we have a better version of the show. Okay, that was the second side split. Let's shake it out, relax the muscles, wiggle, flop. We only need a couple of seconds on each side. 10 seconds should be more than good. Shake out that leg, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. If this looks ridiculous, that is because it does. It does. It absolutely does. We are shaking out those muscles. We want them loose and relaxed and floppy so that when we get into the side splits, they are recovered and ready to go and be loose instead of being all tense and stuck in position and fighting us all the way. So once you've done a couple of seconds on each side, we're gonna take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, relax, calm the nervous system because I did that really fast and intense. We're trying to be chill for these side splits. Let's get into side split number 3. Stand in front of that thing that's going to help keep us safe, whatever it is for you. Open up those legs. Breathe. Come on, down, fold forward, put your hands down, externally rotate your legs. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Let that leg spread and slip deeper into a side split position. Chill here for a second, and let's do a little bit of a wiggle. Side to side. Once you are as deep as you can get for now, I think it's time to start counting. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That is our third and final side split for the day. Walk your hands forward, bring your legs in. Whew. Relax for a second. Breathe. Come back into standing. We're going to shake out those legs one more time. Shake, 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 shake. Flop, 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 flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Pick up the intensity if you can. Really flop that leg around and let the muscles relax. Same on the other side. Whew. Do a little dance, little hip wiggle. I think we're gonna put all of the wiggling at the end from now on. I want you to put a little bit of extra effort into taking care of these hips and getting these muscles to relax. So we're gonna pop into a little bit of a squat. We're gonna internally rotate the knee, externally rotate the knee, internally rotate the knee. The hips are staying in the same place, they're not going anywhere. So it is all coming from this bone in the hip. I talk about the knee only because the knee is what it looks like is moving, not because we're actually using our hamstrings or our quads or our calves to move the knee. All of the movement is coming from the hip. We're just doing a couple of in and outs to loosen up these muscles over here in the hips that we're straining with our legs. And with that, we'll do one last round of quick joint checks to make sure you are okay to continue doing whatever else you have to do for the rest of the day. Joint checks, like a little bit like this. We're doing some hip circles. If you were here like 5 minutes ago, then you were already here for it. But I think in the future, instead of doing a couple of small rounds in between, I'm gonna just do a larger, more thorough round at the end. And those are hip circles. We're gonna do some high knees. If everything feels normal, you don't need to keep going. We can move right on. We're gonna pop into a mini squat, fold at the hips, put some pressure in the knees, bring them over the toes so you get a bit of an ankle stretch. Come on into a calf raise, and do another. If those joints all feel normal, all feel good, all feel normal for you, because maybe you have some stiffness and some achy joints, as long as it's normal for you, then you are all good and we're ready to move on. And that means we're done. Congratulations, we have completely wrapped another day of live side splits training. I am changing up and adding and subtracting to the program all the time. So if you have some feedback about anything, go ahead, let me know. I tried my best to make small improvements, try to contract the time and continue to add all the value at the same time, and I'm making little adjustments. If there is anything that you feel like was not explained super well, and you want a little bit more information, I think I'm going to probably build out some YouTube videos so that they can be sorted when you need it. But we already have a whole bunch of videos out. One of them is talking about what is going on with the hips when we are doing the side splits and what the external rotation of the leg is about a little bit more. It's still a quick video, so it's just a little bit of information. That is already on YouTube at Splits on the Side, so you can go ahead and check that out. And we have actually basically the whole entire workout. This thing that we just did in a super fast, no nonsense, just go, go, go version, that is about 15 minutes. So if you cannot make the lives, if you cannot contribute good energy, if you can't receive the good energy that we're passing along during the lives, and you need a version that is quick and to the point for whatever reason, go ahead and check that out. That's also on the YouTube platform under @splits on the side. So the username is the same. Cool. All right. I'm grabbing my coffee. I'm coming over to the chat, and we are going to recap what's going on. Hey, John Gonzalez on YouTube is back. Welcome back. Gayeta says, I will check it out. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I'm brand new to making YouTube videos. It is incredibly hard to pretend to look at the camera and like speak about things without, pausing, having filler words like, or and. I say and a lot when we do this live. I don't know if you've noticed, but now that I've called it out, you're gonna be like, oh, he said and again. And I do ums. as I'm trying to fill in the empty space. So it is really hard. I give a lot of credit to people who make YouTube videos all the time. I am open to feedback of all sorts, so throw it in the DMs, throw it into the comments even, and I will be happy to take a look and respond. Okay, let's see. We are back in the chat on TikTok over here. YouTube looks quiet today. Galleta said, my right hip is so stubborn. Yes, I have the exact same thing. I don't know if it's because we're talking, I believe, about the pigeon stretch. Galleta said, my right hip is so stubborn. I completely agree. My right hip is also way, way more stubborn. Somehow my left leg can squish much closer to my chest, and my ankle can, like, you know, if this was a leg instead of an arm, could get like right here. And it's super cool. It's awesome. My right leg is like, nope. Good luck trying to get me there. I don't know if it's because it's the leg that I put most of my power through. It's the leg I jump off of. It's the leg I don't know, climb the first set of stairs with. You know, like the first step on a set of stairs is always my right leg. I don't know if it's all those little pieces that make this hip so stubborn, but I definitely recognize that one hip is way easier to stretch than the other. And luckily, the pigeon makes both feel painful, so it's good. That's good. Good job, pigeon. Jeff says, I hear you. Yup. Okay, it's not just me. Chet asks, what did you get for Christmas? My girlfriend and I went to a fancy hotel Christmas buffet, and we ended up winning 2 nights at the fancy hotel. So that was an awesome Christmas gift. But we're traveling, so we're very slowly traveling and just hanging out. And so we're trying not to accumulate too much stuff because that makes the slow travels a little bit more burdensome. So it's the experiences that we're looking for. G9 says, dang, I feel amazing. This was good. We can do joint checks at the end of this. Okay, great. So those are all in response to whether or not we needed to have all that filler stuff in the middle. And I guess we don't. Finissimi, I need to read this slowly. Finissimo Monino. Okay, says, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging in the chat. I appreciate it. I think this is my first time seeing your username, so I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate that you're engaging in the chat, and I appreciate that you're being part of the community. Keep coming back. Juna says, heck yeah, that was a great stretch. Thank you. Gayata will check out the YouTube. And Gayata says, everyone have a good rest of your day. Good luck for everyone who will be back in 12 hours. See you. Yes, for everybody who will be back in 12 hours, I will see you soon. Oh, TikTok is about to give me a warning because I've been going for too long. I got to solve a puzzle. Here's the puzzle. Thank you. And yeah, we got some. It was crazy because I guess because it's a Christmas raffle at a Christmas dinner event, they gave a ticket to every adult that came in, and I can't imagine there was more than like 100, 150 adults, and we were 2 of them. So the odds were pretty good, 1 in 75. There were a couple of lamer prizes, but I got a pretty good one. So it was great. G9 says, thank you so much. Peace be upon you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you in 12 hours when we do this again. This, as a reminder, on the weekends, I am experimenting. This will be the second time I've tried this. We are trying to do a 9 a.m. Eastern and a 9 p.m. Eastern time for the lives so that we can get a bunch more people who might be more available on weekend mornings. And that means if it is whatever time it is for you now, if you subtract an hour and like 5 minutes, an hour and 6 minutes, that is our standard 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you hear me say 9 p.m. Eastern, that's the time I'm talking about, 1 hour and 6 minutes ago. And 9 a.m. will be 12 hours from there. So if it's whatever time it is, add 11 hours from now, I'll be back. Okay. That's it. I hope you had fun. I hope you felt like that was a good stretch. If you have any feedback or comments at all, feel free to DM me. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope to see you soon, and check out the YouTube videos. Go ahead. Cool. I'll see you soon. Bye. And now, same here on YouTube. Goodbye. Water.